Today's episode is brought to you by Maddox's new book, Fuck Whales, Petty Essays from a Brilliant Mind. Order now at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or anywhere books are sold.
Welcome to the best debate in the universe. Every debate in the universe, from foremost academics to doing psychedelics. With over 2.5 million downloads, I'm your host, Mannix. With me is the Sergeant of Swag, Mikey Bolts. Audio engineer. And as always, my Maharaja of Moderation, Rucka Ali.
Hello there.
Welcome back to the show. Guys, this is a show we've been waiting to do for a long time. We've got an incredible guest coming in all the way from the UK. But first, I want to tell you what we're talking about today. We're going to be debating, are one-day editions of video games pointless? That's something that's a very hot-button issue in the video game world right now. We're going to have a recap of last week's debate, voicemail, and headlines at the tail end of the show. But first, I want to introduce our guest, Larry Bundy. Larry, welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Great having
Thank you.
Finally. Guys, Larry Bundy is a legend. I don't know if you've seen his videos on YouTube, but he makes these incredibly in-depth videos about some of the most esoteric video games and video game-related news. Right, Larry? How would you describe your channel?
I don't know, I just like covering sort of weird and stupid anecdotes from gaming history. I just love stuff like that, just weird facts that sort of nobody else really covers and stuff. So that's what I really go for, and some of it's quite shocking, some of it's quite funny and stuff like that. So it's just stuff that's been buried in the past, sort of funny anecdotes, as it were.
Right, there was a series you found where a company started making a video game. I think it was like a Factor 5 or something, and then they made a prototype and they swapped out the sprites for a Sonic game. Do you remember what that video was?
Well, that was the Gianna sisters, I believe.
Yeah, correct. And it's so weird seeing all these like weird video games that have been lost in time. You find old ROMs that people never end up using. Our own Rucka Ali in studio is a big Commander Keen fan. Yeah, you remember Commander Keen, the old DOS adventure game?
Yeah, I do. Yes, you need to check out the new Wolfenstein game because there is a reference to him in there.
Is there really?
Well, wasn't there always like a weird relationship between those two games? I never played Wolfenstein. But I know
well, the main character in Wolfenstein, he's Commander Keen's father.
Commander Keen's half wolf or something?
No, that's the name of the castle.
Oh, it's the guy's name.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a pleb. Sorry, I'm busy
Yeah.
playing real games like Commander Keen. I don't have time for whatever the fuck the trendy kids are playing.
Oh, yeah.
All them new modern kids and their newfangled gaming.
Yeah. And speaking of modern kids, Mikey Bolts, our own Mikey Bolts, is an Overwatch champ.
Oh, man, I am obsessed.
Yeah, he
It's
is absolutely
stupid.
obsessed with Overwatch. What do you think of modern games like Overwatch, Larry?
I don't know. Are you a Loot Crate sympathizer then with your Overwatch?
Oh, we're going to talk about loot crates, buddy. What do you think of loot crates, Mikey? Are you a fan of them or no?
I think they're kind of cool.
Okay, well, we'll get to that in a little bit.
What did you get?
Loot crate?
What, did you get something that you didn't like?
No.
Is that why? What do you hate about it?
Fuck if I know. I don't even open them. I don't open my...
So you get the thing that you're supposed to open and be
Yeah.
surprised. It's like a present.
Yeah, I don't open them. I don't care.
Not even the free ones.
No, especially not the free ones. And it drives my audience nuts when I'm streaming Overwatch or any type of video game with the loot crates. They're like, "Hey, Maddox, you got a loot crate you haven't opened yet?" And I open up and I show them how many I have. It's like 76. And I'm like, and they're like, "Oh my god, why haven't you opened your loot crates?" I'm like, "I don't care. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't care. It's garbage. It's skins, you bozos. I'm not a 12-year-old." Okay, we're going on a fucking rant here. This is
we are.
If you're gonna dominate, you gotta look cool, Maddox.
Oh yeah, well I do look cool with the default skins.
Oh, default. Okay. Yeah, just keep it default. See how that works out for you.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know what? Those default skins are the ones they put the most time and effort into making because they're going to represent the image of the game. So why would you can't improve upon that?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
there we go.
Nice
Point
to
Maddox.
change it up every once in a while, but I'll
Don't you want to see your characters dressed up in 2016 Olympic clothing?
No, not at all. I'm fine with the default skins. I don't need this advertising promo that they've looped in. They've roped everyone into doing. But anyway, we should talk about the recap of last week's debate. Larry, last week we had Comic Book Girl 19. She always has her hair is always changing color, right? When she was on our podcast, it was fluorescent green,
Yeah.
I believe, mixed right into our green screen.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever tried to mat that out, she would just be mostly like half-headed.
Yeah.
I think half her head would be gone. But
So
anyway,
like Walking Dead with half a head missing, with a zombie.
yeah, we can CG in. I do a lot of editing in post. We CG in, brain effects and
My glasses are CG.
Yeah.
They're not even on my face right now.
Yeah.
But
Mikey-
Mannix is so talented. It's really nice.
Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a nice-
impressive that you were able to do this in post.
First nice thing said about me
cool.
all episode.
It's cool.
Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep that trend going of nice things said about me, which will be destroyed in a second when I play voicemail. But yeah, for those of you watching on YouTube, guys, check it out. Check out our YouTube channel. Search for Madcast Media. We also link to it on our website, but there is an actual video stream of this podcast, and you can see Larry himself, which is quite a treat because we don't normally get to see you, Larry, on your channel. You're mostly doing VO, right?
Yeah, well, it's mainly because I'm so bloody lazy. I can't be asked to set up my camera. That and my room looks like I'm auditioning for a Hoarders program as well. So,
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get to see more of the Larry Bundy. Now, do you go by Larry Bundy or Larry Bundy Jr.? You'd like the full name?
well, my real name is Larry Bundy. The only reason I use a junior bit is so I don't get my mail mixed up with my father. Really?
Oh, okay, makes sense.
That's the only reason, yeah. But it just sounds cooler. I'll spell it the American way as well, because you're supposed to spell it JNR. More trendy.
At least you're not Wolfenstein Jr.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein is the name of the castle. It's Castle Wolfenstein.
Because Commander Keen's real name was Billy something, like Billy Keen. Keen was his last name.
Yeah.
So his dad's last name would be Keen as well, not Wolfenstein.
No,
No, Blazkowicz was his surname in the game.
Baskowitz.
Oh, then he's not his real dad then.
All right.
Blazkowicz.
Blazkowicz. No, it was some all-American name, not some immigrant-sounding name. No offense. No offense to any,
Non-wolfers.
non-Americans watching. What?
Why would
Isn't
anyone
that an
take
American
offense?
thing to do, isn't it?
Thank you for apologizing
You're
in
welcome.
advance, Rucka. Yeah, I appreciate
Very
that.
nice of you.
But we should talk about the debate from last week, guys. Last week, Larry, we debated whether or not you should try psychedelics. What's your gut feeling on that, just off the top of your head?
I've never really thought about it before, to be honest. I mean, if you want to go for it, then. I mean,
It's
as long
super
as it's-
illegal, right? I mean, if you do it in the UK, they put your nuts in a vice, right?
Pretty much so.
That's what that is the punishment. They do it at Buckingham.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway, well, we asked the audience, should you try psychedelics? And with 67% of the vote, people said yes. People in this audience,
Wow.
real psychedelic heads. What do you call them? Psychedeliacs.
Call them
Psychos.
idiots.
Psychos. I got a message on I think it was on Facebook. Someone said, "Hey Maddox, you guys are kind of talking like psychedelics are cool and fun to do and this and that, but you can have permanent psychosis from it. You can have something." One of my friends said that her friend came back from Canada or Europe or something and permanently had some problems with flashbacks and things like that. I don't know what kind of
Yeah,
stuff
I
she
don't
did.
think we focused enough on the negative effects of psychedelics. Like,
Yeah.
I know the debate was, should you try them? Which, arguably, yes. But the negative impact it could have, or if you're the addictive type and you start doing them often, you're pretty much just handing your brain over to oblivion.
Right.
Sure.
We agree then.
right.
I'm not.
Yes.
I'm not. But it also depends on the type of psychedelics you do. Like,
Yeah.
for example, if you are doing the harder stuff like acid, that sort of thing. Is that correct? Because mushrooms, I rarely hear anyone having serious problems with mushrooms or anything like that. Like, you're doing a lot
Well,
of
you're
grinning over
poisoning. You said it yourself. You're poisoning yourself.
Yeah.
So that's alone. Like, I'm sure someone's had bad trips on it.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I talked about it.
And mushrooms don't work 2 days in a row. I don't remember how long it takes, but like you do them 2 days in a row, you won't trip the second time. But like other drugs, you can just trip day after day until you're just a full-time fucking winner.
Great. Why don't you guys instead get a full-time fucking job? How about that? How's that for a
Oh,
full-time
wow.
thing?
Coming from the most employable, fully gainfully employed guy I've ever met.
Yeah, fuckface. And I'm tired of defending myself for like what I do. I am constantly working. All I do is work. Mikey, you know this. You're a hustler.
YouTube isn't a real job, though.
YouTube? It's not just YouTube, Larry.
I wish it was just YouTube.
He's got
wish
Facebook.
it was YouTube.
He's got Twitter. He's got Instagram. You'll get off his ass.
Yeah.
You know what, Mikey?
What?
Thin ice. You know what? It's interesting you mentioned that, Mikey.
What?
Speaking of Mikey,
What did I
our
do?
own Mikey Bolts, I put it to the vote
Oh no.
on whether or not Mikey Bolts deserves a promotion or demotion.
Oh boy, I didn't ask for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the
you did
result?
inadvertently because for weeks, Mikey, been poking the hornet's nest and we put it to the vote. I asked our audience on madcastmedia.com, guys. This is where you go to vote. Should Mikey Bolts get a promotion? And with 75% of the vote, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mikey, congratulations.
that's only because you didn't give him the option. Fuck that guy. That's the only reason.
Well,
Replace him with that bald one.
That'd be great if that was the result. And the result, fuck that guy.
yeah. Well, you got lucky this time, Mikey, because I think the audience thought you deserved a promotion.
Oh boy.
So currently, Mikey's rank on the show, and first of all, Rucka's rank on the show is he's the Maharaja of moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he went up from Cum Dumpster, Superintendent of Cum Dumpsters,
Yeah.
to Maharaja of moderation,
Yeah.
and Mikey Bolts is currently the Sergeant of swag. Well, Mikey, according to the audience, 75% of which thinks that you deserve a promotion. They voted, and your new title, you're going from the Sergeant of swag to the Sultan of swag.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mikey.
Sultan.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're a Sultan of swag now.
Reminds me of Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we got the Maharaja, we got the Sultan.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through all the Middle Eastern
Wow.
royalty ranks.
Cool. It was a good
Yeah,
movie.
those Maharajas, they're Middle Eastern, aren't they?
Well, that's Indian. Yeah, it's Indian
Oh.
royalty.
Yeah.
It's
right.
the region. It's close.
Is it?
It's closer than Europe.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Thank you, Maddox.
You're welcome,
And
Mikey.
thank you for everyone who voted out there.
Yeah.
Now that I'm the Sultan.
Yeah. Still on probation period though, I think. We're watching that. We're watching cuz there's a little bit of English you threw on that compliment earlier, Mikey, about how hard I work. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
My God.
I got the subtext. Stewie, get out of
I
here.
didn't do it. That's you, Maddox.
Stewie.
You silly, silly man, you.
I am not silly.
Oh, no, I'm not the British person on this show. That's this guy right
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Look at him.
Hello.
Oh, he's so good.
It's like now
I
there's
think-
two of them.
I think Stewie in studio
I've seen-
is doing a better accent than you, Larry, and you're not even.
I'm not even doing an accent. Can you believe it?
No, I'm
No, I'm
sorry
kidding,
that
I'm
the real
kidding.
British accent is quite disappointing for you Americans. Really, we don't
Oh
sound
my
anything
God,
like
you guys
it.
are a riot.
Oh, yeah, I can do the proper British accent if you want. Old bean, what, pip, pip. Like so.
Beep, beep, doodly doo.
007.
Yeah.
That's what you guys say. Right?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so happy. All
Last
right.
night a book fell on my head. I can only blame myself.
Is that Sean Connery? Get out of here, Sean Connery. We got Stewie, Sean Connery on the show. Oh man, Trump's been really quiet over there in the corner.
What can I say? You got all these guests. I don't have time. Sorry.
Oh, what are you so busy doing, Trump?
Oh, I don't know. Going to China. China.
What are you doing in China?
Saying China.
Yeah,
That's what I do over there.
you just go over there and
I
say
stay
it.
in the plane.
Yeah.
I told them I'm not getting out anymore. They're
Okay.
really mean to me there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
China's mean to you? I
Yeah.
thought they liked you.
I
Over
thought it was
there.
going to be one big Panda Express. It's not. There's no orange chicken. How am I supposed to eat? Get over it, Maddox. I'm done with you. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, excuse me, old hell. You know, Donald, we invite you. We extend this invitation to you week after week, and this is the way that you treat us.
And you didn't even tell me that I could Skype in. This is unreal.
Yeah, you
I'm
actually.
sitting here on my ass every week, my big juicy ass.
Yeah,
And what do? You don't
Yeah.
tell me about the amenities.
yeah. You
Thanks.
could be skyping in right now.
Unfucking real.
Yeah. Well, you do have a juicy ass. I think we can all agree on that. But speaking of juicy asses, let's get to the voicemail.
Nice segue.
Thanks. Here's the first voicemail. This is a caller call out. Listen to this guy. So, Larry, a couple weeks ago, I talked about the expression coming down the pipe versus coming down the pike. Which do you think it is?
I've never heard of either.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I asked someone about an American idiom. It's not American, but it is an expression that people use to say that something is going to happen or it's coming down the line. That's essentially the same thing, right? Well, here's a voicemail about that. Listen to this.
Hey, Maddox, it's Ryan here. I just wanted to give you a call to call out that caller. Call out. Criticized you for saying coming down the pipe. Well, that fucking idiot never worked a real job because I'm in sales. We have something called pipeline, and we say, hey, I got something coming down the pipe right now. Fuck that guy. You got this shit, Maddox. He loses, you win. You're a winner, sir. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He really liked
Yeah.
you, Maddox.
Yeah,
You got
I
it.
am a winner. You hear that? It's coming down the pipe.
This guy works in sales, so he knows how the expression goes.
Yeah, I trust that guy more than some of these other random weirdos calling in.
Yeah, they don't work in sales.
They don't work in sales. I'm not even sure they work at all.
No.
Yeah.
They could just hang around the house like Maddox.
You know, all I fucking do is work,
That's
and
true.
nobody respects or appreciates it.
He doesn't acknowledge Snapchat.
We respect. We don't appreciate.
Acknowledge the other
Fucking
apps,
Grace.
dude.
Yeah.
Acknowledge Snapchat and Instagram.
There are other apps.
Yeah, there are plenty of. It's not just apps, shitheads. Books don't write themselves.
They don't.
No.
Rucka.
Yeah, TV shows don't write themselves.
Yeah.
Podcasts don't edit themselves.
True.
You think tweets are going to post themselves?
No.
Okay.
I didn't think so.
You know, back to thin ice, Mikey. Back to
He's
probation.
trying to help you.
No, he's not. Here's another voicemail. Larry, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the scariest or one of the best horror games of all time, and we all brought in our picks, and I was shitting on Last of Us. I'm not a big fan of it, but here's a voicemail about that. Let's see what you think.
Hey, Maddox, Ryan, calling you the second time regarding this Halloween best fucking scary game episode. You fucking triggered me, you motherfucker. You're fucking sitting there talking about how you're writing a game, and then you come up and say The Last of Us is fucking overrated, and you hate when the fucking characters have banter while you're exploring and doing something in the world. That's how you fucking write exposition in a video game, and develop the fucking characters, you fucking numbskull. Oh my god, Maddox. Fuck!
And then he careened off a...
Right off a freeway, yeah. Off a cliff. Which, by the way, I will honor those offers I made. If you die during a voicemail on the show, you do get a free T-shirt.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we may have to follow up
Quite
with that guy. What do you think of Last of Us, Larry? Do you think it's a good game, or do you think it's horseshit?
I think it's all right. It falls into a lot of tropes. I mean, the only originality it's got really is mushroom zombies. But the whole, one of the characters has got the cure to zombification, and that's probably the most cliched zombie trope there is out there, isn't it?
Right? Isn't it super cliched? I knew that's what the story was just looking at the trailer. I'm like, oh, let me guess. She's the carrier for the cure. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, wow. Real fucking deep story. And but the thing I hated about it was how much exposition they just jammed into her character, the Juno character. Every time she's walking around, she's bitching about how hungry she is. She's bitching about how tired she is. She's complaining about being stuck in a cave someplace. I'm like, I know. I'm the player. I know you're stuck there because I'm stuck there. I don't want to hear you complain about it. I'm the one who complains. All right? I don't need you complaining for me.
If you got a problem, then fuck off then.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping you from being in this apocalypse. Fuck off out there and you go.
Oh, yeah, you don't like this cave? How about this pit? You like that better? I just punish myself in video games. I spite myself in games. Anyway, did you like that game, Larry, or was it overrated?
I did enjoy it. I absolutely love the multiplayer.
Yeah. Well,
Is it a zombie
wrong
game?
answer.
For those of us...
Yeah, it's a zombie game, Mikey. Another fucking zombie game. And guess
Yeah,
what? They're not zombies. They're clickers. They're walkers. They're bloaters. They're anything but fucking zombies. It's another one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they tried too hard?
Oh, they're sprinklers. Oh, those are sprinklers. Watch out. They sprinkle all over you.
Because that's what we need in a zombie world, racial hierarchy, don't we? So.
Yeah. Yeah. 2017. Identity politics. You can't even escape that shit in fucking zombie games.
Yeah. Hashtag not all zombies. So.
Yeah. Well, I got a voicemail this week. Larry, I don't know if you're familiar with the Adam Carolla show or Adam Carolla. He was one of the hosts of the Man Show from a long time ago.
I vaguely.
Yeah, he's been one of my longtime talk radio idols. He has one of the most popular podcasts in the world right now, and I just had the honor of being on the Adam Carolla show this week.
Yeah.
It's been a lifelong dream.
So cool.
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to Adam for a long time. He's been a huge inspiration. Here's a voicemail about that, and then I brought in a clip from my appearance. Listen to this.
Hey, Mannix, it's me. Started listening to you on the Adam Carolla show. And how do we know that we're supposed to be the guest when they're in Glendale? It sounds like they just got a random Armenian off the street.
Yeah.
Now, I can't prove that, but kind of sounds that way.
I
Fuck
can.
whales.
Yeah, fuck whales to you too, my friend. But I don't appreciate the stereotypes, okay?
Well, I'm just surprised it took you this long to get on the show, considering that the warehouse they record in is rented from your family.
More of these. Don't you laugh, Mikey. That's not funny. Larry, I'm gonna edit this out.
Yes, Larry. You keep that in mind at all times.
Yeah. I see your little snickering over there. Anyway,
I'm trying to be polite as possible here.
Oh, you came to the wrong show. Everybody just shits on me all the time. But here's a little clip from the Adam Carolla show. My appearance on there. He gave me a really nice book plug. Listen to this.
Mike, there we go. Mannix is on. Fuck Wells. Also, Family's Poetry, Folksy Wisdom, and You. It is a bunch of really funny essays, and it's available right now on Amazon. And bookmark us and click through us, and that's the way we keep the pirate ship sailing. Good to meet you, Mannix.
Thank you for having me.
What was the other one we pulled for you?
Cupcakes. Fuck cupcakes.
Yeah. We're just talking about that.
Yeah.
Well, my thing with cupcakes is they're so big now that if you get out a knife and fork, you look like the most anal retentive fuck on the planet. Like you look insane eating a cupcake with a knife and fork. But if you just chow into it, it's in full bukkake mode. Like it's all over your forehead. It's under your eyelids. Like, how do you do? They're full cakes. It's just like eating a cake with your hand now.
I got this big fucking Armenian nose. And so anytime I bite into it, it looks like an elf came all over my face. There's just fucking frosting everywhere. I hate it. And then, Adam, the knife and fork thing, that defeats the whole fucking purpose.
Why do we have a piece of cake at this point?
Yeah, that was my appearance.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Little clip from the Adam Carolla show. It's and I was on with the amazing Joe Coy. He's a very funny comedian. Yeah. He just sold out two big shows in Hawaii. 25,000 tickets that guy sold.
Damn.
Yeah,
So
amazing.
everyone on the island.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus people who were landing at the airport. They had to sell. Yeah, there's not enough people. But
you did very good.
Oh, thanks, man.
And what I mean is, you got to say some stuff. You got to talk on it. So Adam Carolla, he sometimes barely lets his guests talk at all. Like he's just he forgets there's anyone else in the room, and he's just talking and talking and talking. And then first time guests, it's like double that.
Mm-hmm.
Like first time guests, if he doesn't know you and you don't have a rapport with him already, like he's just going off, and you're good with people. You're good at negotiation and whatever it is that you do in order to get involved in a conversation. And you definitely got to say some stuff on the show. So I heard you speaking on the show. So good job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Someone else needs a promotion.
Yeah, well, you know what? Maybe. We'll see.
I'm fair. I'm stern but fair.
Stern but fair. That's a point in your favor, Ruck. We'll see. Mm-hmm. And I'll let Larry weigh in on that as well. But that's actually a good point. The producers, before I went on the show, kind of told me, it's like, it's Adam, and you've listened to the show for a long time. Adam is a talker. Like he knows how to carry a conversation. He can carry an entire show with very little input from anyone else if he needs, if he needs to. And they told me, they said, look, if you want to get in, you have to just get in, and you have to be a little bit more on top of it, and you have to
jump for your food, essentially.
Basically, yeah. But the thing with Adam here's something so fascinating about him. I felt like we were kindred spirits because I started talking about passion fruit, and Adam hates passion fruit with a passion, as much as I do. I fucking hate passion fruit, and we went on probably like a 10-15 minute rant about passion fruit itself. And then cupcakes, he hates cupcakes. We both had moms who were not supportive, bruisers.
Yeah, that part really felt like there was an unspoken connection and even an unfelt connection because you're both unfeeling brutes.
Okay. That's incorrect. Incorrect. Yes.
Oh.
Anyway, that's
I meant, mom issues they make
mommy issues aren't a thing. It's daddy issues.
Mommy issues.
There you go.
That denial, that very denial, is the mommy issues at work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about, Mikey?
You'll never understand.
Yeah,
because of the mommy issues.
Oh yeah, I don't have any mommy issues.
All right.
Anyway, yes, I definitely saw that. It was definitely like a meeting of the minds, like two very similar thinkers meeting and feeding off each other's shenanigans, and ironically, never really literally making eye contact because they're both weird.
We were making such good eye contact. Yeah. That's the thing with Adam Carolla. Now, Adam has been doing this for such a long time. When he talks to you, we were like, locking eyes, making sure to have direct eye contact the entire time, because that's how in radio sometimes or on a podcast, for those of you who don't know how the fuck to make one, which is most of you apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, because podcasts most of them fucking suck. No one appreciates the amount of work that I put into this specific podcast. It is. I consistently see every week on YouTube, people are like, how does this not have more views? This is some of the best content I've ever seen. Yeah. Larry, can you speak to that a little bit? Like how much work goes into making this stuff?
It's more effort than you think. I think the reason is because you make it look so effortless. That's the problem. That looks like you don't put any effort into it because it is so much to do.
Really. Larry's about to get a promotion. Yeah. You guys are both on thin ice. Larry's getting a promotion.
It involve money. So.
Yeah.
This the podcast version, the YouTube version of this show ought to have more views, and I think if people start making a habit of watching it on YouTube, comment and leave a like, that helps it get seen by more people. Maddox will be on there replying to your comments. Yeah. Let's get in on that. Ever wanted to say something to Maddox? Go to the YouTube channel
and hit that damn bell.
Yeah, it's Madcast.
Madcast. If you just search for Madcast Media, it's also linked on our website, madcastmedia.com. Yeah. But Larry and I was in one of Larry's videos not too long ago. I had a cameo. What was the topic? Was it was the
right? Pissed off programmer rants where they hide rants in the middle of game code that nobody will ever find, but somebody actually does in the end.
Yeah, these are the type of videos. Here's something else I want to talk a little bit about Larry's videos because it's so fascinating. Larry, a lot of people rip off Larry, and what they'll do is they'll just take the content or topics that he talks about, and they'll try to just make a listicle video out of it. But Larry does something very smart, which is he seeds it with false information sometimes, just a little bit. And then
they're called traps. Really?
Traps, yes.
Yeah.
And that way he knows if somebody has ripped him off, because if they did their own independent research, they would not have copied his little trap, right?
No. Well, the reason I do it is a story a couple of years ago. Where, do you remember Trivial Pursuit, the board game?
Yeah.
Well, basically, they got all their questions from buying fact books and then turning them into questions. And the person who wrote the fact books found out they was doing it, and they tried to sue them. And it turns out you can't sue somebody for facts as their public domain.
Right.
So what I do is make something up in the thing, and therefore it's fiction, therefore it's copyrightable. So I could sue them for that in that respect.
Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. Now, Google did something similar with Bing a long time ago, and Microsoft got a lot of egg on their face. So when Microsoft was trying to promote Bing a while ago as the foremost
academic,
it's not the foremost academic, the foremost search engine on the internet, Google thought it was a little bit suspicious because their search results were surprisingly similar on Bing as it was to Google. And Google thought, wow, do we have a mole? Is somebody sharing our algorithm with them? Because that's like a huge trade secret. It's like the Coca-Cola formula or the KFC recipe, right? So they did something very smart. They seeded their search results with very specific URLs and very specific links that only show up on Google search engines. And then they searched for them on Bing, and they found that Bing also had those links. And so that's how they caught Microsoft for literally stealing. They were just scraping results from Google and then putting it in their database. So the same search results would come up for the same keywords. But yeah, they got a lot of egg on their face. You remember that, Larry? Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah, that rings a bell. That definitely rings a bell.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. Well, here's another voicemail. This guy. Now I'm getting all these callers, all these fans who are finding my books in weird places in stores. Here's
bargain bins.
Yeah, no, Larry, wrong. Laugh it up.
Yeah. That's the hardest he's laughed all episode, man.
Yeah, laugh it up, shithead. You know what? You're getting a demotion, Larry.
Dying
back to thin ice.
You have to take a break.
Yeah.
What he means to say is the book is a bargain.
Yeah, it is a bargain.
Yeah,
it's a great bargain. Here is for any price. Here's a voicemail about that. Listen to this.
Hey, Maddox. I'm right outside Barnes & Noble. I just went in and bought your book. It took me forever to find it, though. I was looking all over the place, and I couldn't find any of the sections I would have assumed it would have been in, like new releases and historical significance, or even the religious section. So when I went up and asked the guy for help finding it, he led me to the humor section. I thought, wow, no one's going to see this because the humor section is so small, and I feel like that doesn't really do you justice. So I decided to move all 3 remaining copies over to the Bible section, and then I bought one.
Wow.
Just figured I was doing my part. Bless.
Well, there you go. Thank you for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Moving my book from a place where people might find it
Yeah.
to a place
Lots of
where
people,
no one would.
people do go to Barnes & Nobles to get Bibles.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting a bunch of jokers sending me photos of my book in stores. Someone sent me a picture of my book sandwiched between tour guides to New York. And another person sent me a picture of my book sandwiched between books about horses. It's people are just fucking with me. Larry, you're fucking with me. Everyone just fucks with me. That's the thing. That's my life in a nutshell.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll just wait for the movie version to come out, really.
Yeah, the fuck whales the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could make it, dude. That'd be a fucking great movie. Yeah. We're having on Adam from Your Movie Sucks on next week. And he's not too fond of my horses chapter, and you'll have to listen to the episode to find out why, but it'll be interesting. Here's another voicemail. Now, Larry, you know the sitcom Seinfeld? Are you familiar with it?
I do. I've only seen a couple of episodes of it.
The character who plays Elaine, her name is Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Rucka insists on a different pronunciation. Well, I got a caller correcting him on that. Listen to this.
Sorry, Rucka, I got to disagree with you on this one. Usually, I'm on your side, but it is most definitely Louis Dreyfus. Her ancestors started the Louis Dreyfus Company, and I work at the Port of Seattle, which is the Louis Dreyfus Company. Oh. Louis.
One more time.
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah, you got blown the fuck out, buddy.
I always thought it was Lewis.
Yeah. No, this guy is incorrect.
Oh, he's incorrect.
I stick by my story.
Okay, you stick by your
I've
bullshit.
seen, you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Oh, I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, I've seen most of it.
Well, the part where she leaves her fucking her wet cup on the fucking mahogany wood.
Yes.
And he refers to her in that season 7 with the whole cast of Seinfeld were around. Yeah. He calls her what's her name? Jessica?
Julia.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay, nobody says that. Here's another voicemail. This is about the polarizing guests we've had on lately. Because we had a guest, a very funny comedian, Erica Rhodes, on, and she was being all cool about not playing video games, and Rucka was all on her jock about it. Listen to this.
Hey, Maddox, I love the polarizing guest you have. Last week you have Erica, who just wouldn't stop saying how she never plays video games because they're for kids, and then you have someone self-named Comic Girl 19 or something. Also, what the heck? What's up with people and saying that you're having a 19-year-old because of her name having the number 19 in it? Like, how much porn do these guys watch that when they see a number attached to a name, they just automatically assume that's an age? What the fuck? Anyway, great podcast. Love you guys. Keep it up.
Wow. Yeah, guys, stop jacking off for 5 minutes and listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, Comic Book Girl 19. Oh, man, Maddox, you must be into that teen shit. Fucking losers. And here's one last call about a guy talking about our psychedelic episode or psychotropics or whatever, but listen to this guy. He's making fun of how much I tried. It's apparently not enough. Listen to this.
Okay, Maddox, your fucking trip story was fucking lame. You didn't even take enough. 2 cats. Pussy shit. Bro, you need to do some acid. It might help you with that fucked up angry brain of yours. It might even help you come to terms with the fact that you're gay.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck whales.
Yeah, fuck whales and fuck you.
Yeah.
Douchebag of the week.
Douchebag. Oh, you're so cool. You did more caps than me. It's my first time doing any kind of shrooms, so I took 2 caps. That seems like a lot, right? Larry, if you were going to try a drug, would you want to try 1 or 2 of those drugs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? See? Verified. Now, as a first-time person, you don't want to do a lot of something. You want to taste it. You want to see if it's gonna fuck you up. And it did. It made me constipated. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what did it. It was the shrooms.
What did you think? What
Not
else
the
would
10
it be?
pounds of pizza you ingest every night, or the I don't know. I don't keep a menu.
Yeah,
of
that's
your
right.
life.
You don't, Mike. Well, Mikey, again, that's 2 strikes against you this episode.
Oh, shit.
Right back down to
Gets
Sergeant.
one promotion and starts mouthing off at the boss.
That's what he does.
Yeah,
That's what he does.
That's how it goes.
Blame the shrooms. Hashtag blame the shrooms.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that. Well, guys, that's it for voicemail. We should get to the debate this week. Joining me again is my Maharaja of moderation. Let's hear his buzzer. And Mikey Bolts, let's hear yours. Wrong! And Larry, all the way from England. There it is, and here's my buzzer. If you hear any of these buzzers from any of these fine gentlemen, that means somebody is chiming in to disagree or call us out on a fallacy, or they just want to speak. We're going to be debating this week about day one editions of video games, and we're gonna have to define that for those of you who don't know, the listeners who aren't super big gamers, you know, the ruckas, the grumpy ruckas of the world. For people who aren't huge gamers, what is a day one edition, and are they pointless? That is the debate this week. What do you think? Are they pointless, and what are they?
To me, well, basically what they are if you pre-order the game, you have a special cover that says Day One Edition to let the world know that you got it on the very first day it was released.
Right.
Which is absolutely pointless. Because they don't change the cover on the disc. I mean, it's just there forever. You could buy the game in 18 months' time, and it'll still be Day One Edition, even though it's like 365 days.
Okay, so you're arguing that they are pointless. That means I'm going to be arguing that they are not pointless. Now here's
good luck with that, mate. So.
Here's a rebuttal right out the gates to what you just said. Whether or not you buy it on day one or 18 years down the line, it's still the day one edition, which means that whatever special things that they've included in that are still on that disc. Is that not correct?
Arguably, yes, but the second you put it in the machine, you're going to get a ton of updates anyway. So it's going to be the day 365 edition, whatever whatever it's up to at the moment. So.
Now, what I'm hearing from you, Larry, is you get the day one edition with all the day one perks, right? The things that they're giving you on the disc, in addition to the modern updates. It sounds like a win-win situation.
I suppose so. I mean, it's just it doesn't mean anything to pre-order it then. That's what I'm saying. Is what's the point in pre-ordering it for day one where you can pre-order it whenever and not still have it as a day one edition? I mean, I'm just saying the exclusivity, the honor of having the very first edition doesn't mean fuck all, really. I mean.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, well that's an but they do give some exclusive perks for some certain day one editions.
Well,
don't they?
Get some extra clothing, you get some extra costumes for your character. Really, how much you love them in Overwatch, eh? So.
Oh boy, I wish I didn't go on that rant earlier in this episode.
Yeah, I remember. So.
Oh, I'm gonna edit all that out. I'm gonna edit this whole fucking episode. We're just going to start from this sentence.
The first 5-minute episode of your show.
Yeah, it's a very 5-minute episode. That's weird. No voicemail, no intro.
Just Maddox pissed.
Just Maddox getting he's already sweating and he's pissed off, and Larry and him are just talking about skins. And Maddox is weirdly in favor of them. It's so weird. Mikey, you seem like a day one edition guy.
I'm still trying to understand the day one edition.
Let's define it better, Larry. So what is a typical thing that would come on a day one edition video game?
On the cover of the box, it says Day One Edition.
Right, come on, that's disingenuous. They give you more shit than that sometimes.
They don't. No, they give you some. They occasionally give you DLC, like some extra characters or a new level in the game. But that's not always exclusive. That always comes like with every edition. So the only difference is you have Day One Edition written on the front of the box.
Oh, wow.
Even the disc inside doesn't say Day One Edition. It's still just a regular disc.
Are you paying more money for it?
No,
you're not.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you could say it's a first edition, like a book, so it's worth more like that. But nobody cares. Nobody cares that it's a day one edition. It's not like a special book where it's the first printing.
Yeah, it's not like something that might be collectible. It's not something that people would be interested in. Is that your argument, Larry?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, unlike a book where it will go up in value as it's the first edition.
Yeah, that's
a game just goes down in this. It's absolutely valueless.
Larry,
I done a video. Oh, sorry.
No, I can't get a straight answer from you if this first day edition has any perks, or you're giving me a lot of Maddox type answers. I need a clear answer.
Well, no. All you get is, like I said, all you get is first day edition on the front, written on the front label of the box.
Is that really all you get?
Pretty much, and it's it's up to the company if they give you some extra DLC.
So some of them
That's not always guaranteed.
Okay, two questions. So, do you only find out what's on it once you get home and pop it in? If it's just what it says on the
normally they have
cover?
a sticker on the front saying it comes with DLC for some shit that's nobody really cares about. That prolongs the game by another 3 hours or something.
Oh,
3 more hours of video. Some video games are only like 8 hours. That's like, what, another 20-30%? Oh, wait till the fucking corrections come in for that one. I'm just bracing for it, shitheads. I said I made one quick estimation a couple weeks ago, Larry, and I got like 10 phone calls, 10 voicemails from my fans. Hey, Maddox, actually 130 divided by 5 is Yeah, I'm making quick estimations. Anyway, Larry, 30% additional game.
Didn't you make a video recently about walking in video games? So it's an extra 2 hours of walking by your definition.
Oh boy, Larry's done his research.
It sounds like that if they didn't look too closely at the box, they wouldn't have noticed the difference.
No, there is absolutely no difference. I mean, you get less image, you get less picture on the box because it has Day 1 edition printed at the top, so you get less image than you do for a regular edition.
Trigger.
Okay, Larry. You know what? You've had your fun here. It's time to bring out the big guns, okay?
Here we go.
My aircraft carrier.
Here we go.
Of rhetorical bullets that I'm going to shoot.
Can I counter
here.
you with previous videos you've made again?
Yeah, well, this is an actual cogent. This is a cogent argument for why Day 1 is a good thing, and I'll tell you what. This is the crown jewel of my rebuttals against you. Okay, here it is. Now, Day 1 video games are designed. Day 1 edition video games are designed for one thing and one thing only: pre-orders. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mikey's nodding, Larry's nodding, Rucka's scowling.
They're guaranteed sales.
They're guaranteed sales,
Yeah.
correct.
You do things like this because there's more value in the customer's head.
Right. And game companies bank on making the most money on those first 2 weeks of release.
Yes.
Because after that, word gets out or people start selling used copies and that sort of thing, and they have to reduce the price because there's a lot of competition in video games.
Yeah.
So game companies make most of their money. They make anywhere from additional 20 to 40% on Day 1 pre-orders, right? Now, that collectively has a net positive effect on the video game industry and specifically the bottom line of companies that make Day 1 editions, which is good for everybody because it lets them make more video games and more money.
Fucking Milton Friedman over here. So now you like seeing big video game turn an extra profit because you believe they'll now redirect that money towards developing more great games?
Yes, correct.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But Day 1 editions are up there.
Glad we agree. What do you say to that, Larry?
I'll say if you buy a Ubisoft game, it's at its absolute worst on Day 1, though. It's full of bugs that doesn't get fixed until days later. So
True.
if you wait and get the game cheaper, it works better because it's been patched several times.
Well, that's true. It has been patched, but guess. Did you say you chimed in, Mikey? What do you?
Yeah.
Why
so
is that?
In Overwatch, when they create a new character,
Yeah.
they're always stronger than they're going to be in 2 weeks. So they nerf them usually.
Oh.
So it's never right. So you get your fill, maybe, or you just take 2 weeks off because you're waiting for the player to
for the game to be rebalanced, right? Readjusted.
Yes. So I agree with that. I think that there's always some nerfing that can be done.
So you're saying, Mikey, what I'm hearing from you is that if you get a game on Day 1 edition with these new characters and new features, you may be able to play a game in a way that will never be able to be played again. Is that correct? What do you say to that, Larry?
Well, it's at its worst, though. He said they're overpowered.
Well,
so
not necessarily.
You wouldn't enjoy, unless you're playing as the character, it's not going to be as fun for you.
Well, but if you are playing as the character, you're going to be able to play that game in a way that developers never will let you play again. Don't you think that's a neat experience?
But then they take away that enjoyment from you.
Oh, man, no way. I'll tell you, man. Look, I have a personal experience. Here's another good argument for Day 1, right? Call of Duty 4. It was like one of the only Call of Duty games I really invested in and got and I played. When I first bought it, I didn't want to spend all that time downloading updates. There was like 2 gigs of updates or some bullshit. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to play it with the unpatched servers and only unpatched games, and I had a great time because the only people playing on unpatched servers are noobs.
And stubborn old fools like you mean?
Noobs.
I had a great time, Larry. And then I installed the patches and updates, and then I was playing with all these cheating shitheads and people who were really good at the game, and it was awful. Everybody was just the worst vitriolic garbage human beings, and this little shithead kept fucking shooting me through walls, and I called him out, and we argued all night long. It was like fucking 14-year-old kid.
Wow.
I was so mad.
Proud moment.
I won the argument.
I bet.
Well done, Maddox. You beat a child.
Yeah, that's everything you need to know about Generation Video Game.
Yeah.
You'll find yourself
video game. So.
You'll find yourself a bald-headed adult arguing all night with a 14-year-old who cheated at a video game.
What does the amount of hair I have matter, Rucka?
Doesn't.
That's right. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I mean, I just meant it. I was painting the picture of someone a little bit older than 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like 22 or something.
Well, another bad thing is day one editions. They don't always give you what they promise as well, because either they haven't finished it in time or they just don't. They forgot to put it in.
Well, okay, look that seems like an outlier. Yeah, that seems
got a really
unlikely.
good story there for that, but
yeah. Larry, now here's the thing. Well, let's go back to something you said earlier. You
Yeah.
said
Oh, yeah.
that you said the game, like an Ubisoft game, is not going to be fully developed. It's not going to have all the bugs patched on day one, so you're playing a lesser game, right?
well, yeah. Well, look at Assassin's Creed Unity. When the first edition, the main character has his face missing. I mean, just a pair of eyeballs floating about.
I mean, that sounds hilarious, and those are my favorite videos.
It's absolutely horrifying, really, if you think about it. I mean,
on Witcher 3, when the game first came out, there were so many bugs in it. There were just like disembodied heads in sex scenes, and they were hilarious. It was just like the guy's face, and you could see him reacting to everything, but you couldn't see what his body was doing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're hilarious videos. My favorite videos, my favorite memes on the internet are glitches. Right, Larry?
Yeah.
Can you not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love glitches, yeah.
And when
Okay.
people mod games.
Yeah. But you said earlier, your argument was that later on there is a more complete game and a less buggy game. Is that correct?
When it isn't a day one edition, yes.
Yes. Okay. Great.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper. Great. But you like the game with all the bugs fixed. Well, guess who paid to get those bugs fixed? Day one buyers, buddy.
Wow.
That's right.
I love this guy. This non-communist Maddox.
Well done for benefiting off the idiots, really. Thank you. So, off the gullible and optimistic, yeah.
Well, that's a very cynical way of painting people.
Oh my gosh. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so used to... Go
Are
ahead.
you criticising cynicism there, Maddox? I mean, you of all people. Somebody made a 20-year career out of doing it. I mean,
Hey, look, for the purposes of this argument, yes. It's a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. He can take any side of the debate.
I can,
including the side that says that two parties having a transaction benefits both of them.
Yeah.
Radical things like that.
Yeah. Larry, this is why I said early on when Larry proposed, this was Larry's idea for the debate. I said, I'm going to argue the other side of the debate no matter what I believe.
I debated loot crates, and you said, no, we'll do the earlier one.
Well, that's true. What's your opinion on loot crates? Just as a quick aside. You know what? Maybe that could be a second part of this debate.
Don't look at me and like you're like I'm going to think this is a good idea as if I know what the fuck a loot crate is.
Okay, let's explain to people who don't know what a loot crate is.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead. You just pointed at me and said, go ahead.
I'm pointing at you and Larry because you guys are on the
You're
same...
not pointing at me and Larry. You're pointing at me and saying, go ahead.
No shit. On the video, you and Larry are on the same panel. You guys are on the same plane. Yes. Okay, Larry, do you want to explain to the plebs and noobs what a loot crate is?
Louis Dreyfus?
Basically, it's like you know those sort of gachapon things where you can like those Lego minifigures. Do you remember them?
Yeah.
Sort of, that you get in a blind bags. That's what they're called.
Right.
That you pay money to get something, but you don't know what it is inside the bag until you open it up.
It's like a Pokemon booster pack.
So the video game equivalent is you spend real money. Well, you can grind to earn the money to get one as well, which takes longer, which is time equals money. And anyhow, that's been pedantic. So basically, you're using real money to get a chance to get something that you might get, that you might want.
Yeah. So that's what it is in video games, and so people really value these in video games. A lot of game players really care about these loot crates. You do, right, Mikey? You think that they're cool? You're a sultan of swag now.
Apparently.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
No, I like them. I think it's a way to make your characters look cooler, which is something that you are not for, but I think it's cool to make them look a certain way.
You know what's better, more satisfying than defeating somebody in a video game
in fashion?
Yeah, in fashion is defeating them out of fashion. Right?
Okay, if you
get beat by someone who looks real cool, you're like, wow, they got a lot of style. But if you get beat by somebody who looks like shit, you're like, oh, that really stings.
Got that covered.
No, I think if I get beat by someone who looks like shit,
that 12-year-old must be really humiliated in Call of Duty.
If I get beat by someone who looks like shit, I'm just like, well, they needed that. Their life
really?
Sucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're just like the charity loser. That's what you are.
If somebody looks cool and they do it, I'm like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He looks so cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
What?
Larry, did you say that time is money?
Yeah, well, in equivalent that you're grinding. It's that if you refuse to pay real money for these loot crates, that you can grind to earn the money to buy them. And
so
since
time
that's
is
taken out
money.
your real
So,
life time. So
in
time
other
equals
words,
money.
getting a game sooner is worth more money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
I thought you were on my side.
Listen, I am on the side of truth. I'm the Maharaja of moderation. I'm a very moderate person.
Yeah.
I take the middle of every controversy.
Yeah. Well, this is not true. This is not the case.
Well, look, I like to put an analogy about loot crates. It's like going into a store. You want to buy milk and bread. So they said, here's a loot crate instead. It might have milk and bread in it, but it turns out to have a hairnet and a can of WD-40. You know, better luck next time.
As long as we're on supermarket analogies, would you like to go into a store and buy food the day that it's available, or would you rather get it a week later? Like some milk?
Yeah.
Okay, I fell into that one, didn't I?
Oh, wow, damn.
See, we should work together. See, you should take the side of business and capitalism more often, Maddox. We'd get along great.
Yeah.
Well, but they do sometimes have this little freezer, don't they, where you could buy stuff just before it goes out of date, and it's a lot cheaper.
Oh, sure is.
Yeah.
It's
food at the end of its shelf life
because it's matured.
Wow.
It's matured.
Guys,
stale,
ladies and
stale.
gentlemen, the British way. Our long lost relatives over across the ocean, the British. We're over here talking about getting video games the day they come out, and double bacon cheeseburgers, and fucking bigger and better things, and money passing from hand to hand. And he's here making the case for getting food at the end of its shelf life.
Yeah. Yep.
Just as good.
I buy 2 Burger Kings and put one in the fridge for a week, so when he gets another day.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, I guess it saves you a trip. Here, guys. I'm gonna make my impression of Larry's argument. All right. Hey, why go see new movies when you can wait and then they'll be in the dollar theaters?
Yeah, the dollar bin.
The dollar.
With your copy of Fuck Whales.
You know what? Fuck you, Brooka.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Laugh it up, Larry. He loves that.
Shitting on you, you laugh.
He loves it.
All right. We love the book, but go ahead with your video game dollar bin analogy.
Dollar bin. Look, the movies. Look, you can wait years to watch movies that are out of theaters. Yeah. But then everybody has already talked about it. Everybody's already experienced it. You missed out on the boat and conversation. You know what? You're gonna be that dude at a party with your dick in your hand with nothing to talk about because everyone's talking about the day one releases, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing to buy things at launch. I'm just saying the value of a day one edition that calls itself a day one edition is actually completely irrelevant.
Well, that'll be up for the debate. Yeah. That'll be up for the audience to choose on madcastmedia.com. That's where you can go to vote on these. But Larry, you said something earlier that really resonates with me, which is time is money, and if you value your time, then you should check out HelloFresh.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. Guys, Madcast listeners get $30 off their first week of deliveries by going to HelloFresh.com and using the code MADCAST30. I love HelloFresh. I genuinely love the service. I genuinely love the... Rucka, you've tried some of the food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cooked for you.
Quality, you did.
Yeah. You can make these meals. This is a meal kit delivery service, and most of their meals can be prepared in under 30 minutes. You can have a home-cooked meal sent to you right to your door. You don't even have to leave your house. Larry, you'd love that. You don't even...
I would do. Yeah.
Say goodbye to freezing Burger King.
Yeah, you don't have to eat. You don't have to
I
eat
just put it in the
cold.
fridge, mate.
Yeah, you don't have to eat cold burgers anymore. You can make fresh burgers in under
Fresh.
30 minutes.
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
Yeah.
And it actually is. Here's the thing, too, about HelloFresh that I really like. They sent me a while back some sausages, like some sweet Italian sausages, and I looked at the ingredients. First of all, they're all natural, and they don't use any kind of additional fillers or anything like that. It's just really good, high-quality ingredients. And the average meal costs under $10.
Wow.
Eat fresh, eat HelloFresh. Again, Madcast listeners get $30 off your first week of deliveries. The code is Madcast30. Thank you, HelloFresh, for supporting our show. We really appreciate it. And guys, when you tweet these out, send me a picture of the dishes you make, and we will compare, because I think I'm the best chef. I think I'm the best chef in the universe. All right. Well, anyway, we should move on. Rucka, do you have a wrap-up for us?
Yeah. Yeah, guys, stop spending money you don't have. Okay, everyone? Stop with the bullshit. You don't need to fucking get a video game the day it comes out when you're in your mom's fucking basement and you're 32. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a Rucka wrap-up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It's time for
By the
some...
way, hold on, Larry. I thought I heard you start to talk before he hit that watermark at the end. It's a Rucka wrap-up. And just so you know, there is no speaking during the Rucka wrap-up. It's only...
Oh, I do apologize.
It's only
I
me.
do.
Should we start the wrap-up over?
Only I make talk during the Rucka.
Yeah, here you go, Rucka.
It's a Rucka wrap-up.
There you go. You got the fucking sound drop twice.
Wow.
All right,
Listen,
guys.
we've got rule of law in America.
Yeah,
Okay?
you must keep perfectly still during the Rucka.
Oh,
Only I make talk.
he comes down.
Yeah, listen, rules and laws over here, like our legal scholars, they came up with them, okay? They don't just look, it's not all just based on precedent like you British. You guys, you still technically are a monarchy.
Yeah.
You just look to the past, and that's where you get all your information. We started from scratch.
Damn, shots fired, Larry. Are you going to take that?
Stole the Magna Carta.
Yeah.
Oh, you can have it. You can have it back. We came up with better shit.
All right, guys. Speaking of better shit, let's move on to some quick news headlines.
Still the Magna Carta.
We want it back. We've only got two.
Yeah, it's not like you guys were using it.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah.
All right, guys. The U.S. Navy admits that an air crew drew a penis in the sky.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about this?
I saw the pictures.
Yeah. This is from CNN. Guys, in case there was any doubt, the U.S. Navy has confirmed that there is zero training value in drawing penises in the sky. Navy officials were faced with an unusual controversy after residents of Okanogan County, Washington, noticed a sky drawing many said looked like male genitalia on Thursday. And then one of the officials from the Navy said sophomoric and immature antics of a sexual nature have no place in naval aviation today.
Oh, God.
I like that he specified today.
It used to be. That's how we used to get things done. But nowadays, those dicks, no sir.
Oh, God.
No more.
Fuck.
No.
How are we ever going to win a war?
No. So I got a picture. Of this this drawing.
I'm
this
sure
penis.
from some angle it didn't look so distorted, but if that's whoever's flying those planes cock, I'm feeling pretty bad for. It looks like someone's hiding in a sheet, and those are their shoes.
Yeah, well, the Navy said that there is no. It says here that there's zero training value in drawing penises in the sky. I disagree. There's a figure 8 in there. There's a big loop. Larry, I don't know. I'll post this on YouTube so you can see this as well.
Oh, I can see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's uncut.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a deleted scene from the new Top Gun remake. Top Gun, sorry.
Top Gun. It's from an upcoming Top Gun movie.
Yeah. Well, they're remaking it, aren't they? Or doing a sequel.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah.
You know what's weird is that Tom Cruise could still probably just play himself in Top Gun. He has aged very well. Yeah, it's children's.
As long as he gets to do his own stunts, he'll be happy.
Yeah,
and ruin the franchise.
He broke his ankle recently. Speaking of busted,
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
All right.
That's what you get when you listen to the best debate in the
show
universe.
He's got 2 of them. What's some half?
Yeah,
some sympathy. Tom, if you do that stunt and break your ankle, don't come running to me.
Yeah,
that's what they tell Tom Cruise.
They tell him that he's got 2 ankles. What?
Yeah.
2 very tiny ankles.
Yeah, you got a spare. Speaking of, well, this woman did not have a spare. An Ohio woman posed with 20,000 bees on her belly in a maternity shoot has suffered a stillbirth.
Oh.
dumbass. Listen to this. The Ohio mom of 3 who made headlines in August after posing with 20,000 bees on her belly in a shocking maternity shoot has suffered a stillbirth. Yesterday evening, we had to hand over our precious child and say goodbye to the physical body forever, says Emily Mueller, 33 years old. She wrote in a heartbreaking Facebook post on Monday, adding that she and her husband, Ryan Mueller, 37, named their late son Emerson Jacob. Okay. And she posted pictures of this, like, fucking stillborn
Yeah, it's weird.
baby.
It's really
Suppose
weird.
it's better than calling it Sting.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go,
Yeah,
Larry.
it's, are they Catholic?
No, I don't think.
I don't
It
imagine the
sounds
article.
it sounds like a hippie thing.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
It's just Ohio behavior.
Fucking Catholics, like, they do
Behavior.
this thing.
Behavior.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's bad behavior,
Bad bee.
guys. Yeah.
My dad's from Ohio, and I gotta say, we made it out alive.
did.
I'm happy. So all of you just know that things can change. You don't have to live with the bees.
This is an appeal to all the women listeners right now who are pregnant. Don't have 20,000 bees sting your belly.
No.
All right,
Wasps are much better.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say. And so I was reading this article. It's heartbreaking. This woman just had a stillborn baby, but the doctors are saying, yeah, we don't really know the effect of bee stings on pregnancy, but we can't assume that it's a good thing because what the bees do is they inject you with something that's a coagulant, essentially, right? I think when you get stung, so that the stinger stays in there. So I think it sounds like the baby just its veins became coagulated. Why would you do that?
Because, hey, man, the bees are our friends. We're all the same
Instagram.
fucking... Yeah.
It doesn't mean that all these people who want abortions are going around rubbing honey all over their stomachs now.
Because
What?
podcasts all around the world
Smart.
mention it.
Smart, yeah.
Oh, honey, yeah.
I love how cynical Maddox is back now. Like, I was beginning to make a point about how irrational people they have these bizarre beliefs and these bizarre practices, and your answer is like, she just wanted some Instagram likes. Okay, well, I guess that settles that.
Yeah.
Everyone's just driven by their range of the moment materialistic wants and needs.
Yeah, correct.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
smart. Thank
yeah.
you. I'm glad
Has
we
nothing
agree.
to do with her being a crazy hippie that thinks bees are our friends. And like
not the bees. I do apologize.
Oh, that's right.
That is a
yeah.
great
What was that
Nicolas
movie?
Cage.
The Nick Cage movie where he had all the bees dropped in
The
on
Wicker
him.
Man.
National Treasure?
No, what was it?
Wicker Man.
Wicker Man. That's right. It's a hilarious scene. You guys got to see this. Oh, it's one of the worst Nick Cage movies, I think.
That's
right?
saying something.
Yeah. What were you gonna say though, Rucka?
Oh, that I thought initially that she was Catholic, but based on the fact that she named her unborn kid and then posted pictures of this stillborn that's a very Catholic thing to do. Not all Catholics. Don't fucking blow up our voicemails, all you Catholics listening. But that's a thing. They fucking they see fetuses as basically fully developed people with their own fucking zip code and social security number. And remember Rick Santorum, the guy running for president?
Yes.
He it was in the news that his wife had a miscarriage and they brought the fetus home and introduced the fetus to their other kids. And then, people freaked out about that. And then the other side freaked out how dare you judge this family? How dare you judge them? Oh my God, are you sick? You want to have your sick fucking rituals with a stillborn fetus? Don't fucking bring your little children into this shit. That shit sticks with them forever.
Right.
Talk to a fucking 85-year-old that was introduced to a unborn fetus when they were a kid and they still see it. They're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to hold your dead brother? No, fuck you, Mom. Get the fuck away from me.
Or do it with a little Maddox who has no emotions and nothing matters to him. He'll fucking be okay. But other normal kids,
it'll
Well,
fuck him up.
It'll fuck him up.
It used to be a Victorian thing. They used to take family photos, didn't they, with their dead relatives before they bury
It
them.
sounds like something we would get from you guys.
We're all kinds of fucked up.
Well,
over
you guys
here,
are
so.
Catholics, aren't you? Are you historically
It doesn't matter
Catholic?
what religion you are over here. You can just
It's
take
not-
family photo.
It's not just Catholics.
Something
I
we
ha-
want to know photo booths. You
Yeah,
get-
yeah. I had a friend who was I believe she was an atheist, and she a friend of a friend who did this, and she posted all these pictures of the the fetus on Facebook and all these really artsy photos and
Sounds like some hippie shit.
man, my body produces lots of things, right? They're always things that are like poop or boogers, right? And phlegm, those sort of things. And just because it came from my body doesn't mean I want people to hold it. I mean, I would like people to hold my turds, my poop. I'd love to poop in someone's hand for once.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, yeah, they posted all these pictures on Facebook. I'm not posting artsy photos of my poop on Facebook.
No.
Although I should probably, right?
Well,
Larry,
just
would you
put
like
a
me
couple
to
of
do that?
googly eyes on it and a smile?
Yeah, some googly eyes at my poop.
I mean, posting your own shit on social media is less disturbing than a dead fetus.
I agree, 100%.
No, stop.
Yeah, call in and leave a voicemail about that. Here's one last story. This is from Lena Dunham. She's making headlines again. Now, this is really interesting because this is kind of putting a rift in the SJW community. The SJWs online. Lena Dunham has been slammed for defending a girls' writer, Murray Miller, amid a sexual assault allegation. This is from Us Magazine. Lena Dunham has been criticized on social media after she released a statement defending girls' writer Murray Miller, who has been accused of sexual assault. Actress Aurora Perrineau, I don't know. Daughter of Lost star Harold Perrineau filed a police report on Friday, November 17, about an alleged 2012 rape when she was 17 years old. In her statement to TheWrap.com, Perrineau claimed she was attacked by Miller after a night of drinking, saying, "At some point I woke up in Murray's bed naked. He was on top of me, having sexual intercourse with me. At no time did I consent to any sexual contact with Murray." Now, here's the controversy. Lena Dunham actually defended this writer, and she said that while our first instinct is to listen to every woman's story, our insider knowledge of Murray's situation makes us confident that, sadly, this accusation is one of the 3% of assault cases that are misreported every year. It is a true shame to add to that number, as outside of Hollywood, women still struggle to be believed. So that's kind of interesting that this is coming from Lena Dunham, of all people. What do you guys think of that?
3%?
They're saying...
Did she make up that number? Or
no,
is that like an actual statistic?
That's the statistic that people bandy about with regards to fake rape allegations. Now, I tend to believe that that number is probably higher than 3%, only because a lot of fake rape allegations, just like a lot of rape allegations, don't get reported. What do you guys think of that, though? That Lena Dunham is now defending... Lena Dunham.
Lena.
Louis Dunham.
Louis. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Is there a name you won't butcher?
It's Julia Louis Dunham.
I don't know. I mean, there's always been like a weird split in the mind of the far left. Like on one hand, there were supposed to be these super liberated sexual beings saying like, "Hey man, don't judge what anyone wants to do." On the other hand, they love throwing rapists in jail. So it's like at a certain point, they've got to be a little conflicted when a Hollywood writer is accused of rape.
Well, so this kind of happened a while back with Amy Schumer and one of her writers. He wasn't accused, but he was defending someone who was accused. And Amy Schumer very strongly came out against this writer. But it's interesting that Lena Dunham.
Lena.
Is it Lena?
Yes.
Didn't even get it right when you were mocking him.
God.
Good impression, not all.
Yeah, sounds just like me.
Anyway, Lena Dunham.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. That was killer.
Thanks. That's a Rucka in a nutshell. Lena Dunham.
Yeah.
What was the difference?
I think that for someone who is staunchly, I think she considers herself a feminist, right, Lena Dunham?
Yeah, I would say that.
So for somebody as staunchly feminist as her to come out and defend this guy, there may be some truth to it. This is kind of interesting, and it's tearing people apart.
Truth
because
to what?
Truth to her statement that she says that this guy didn't do it.
How does she know, though?
She says she has some insider information.
Oh, sounded like she was saying, well, I know him, and he's not,
Well, she also said
he's
that.
not the type to rape someone.
Insider information is completely different from evidence, though.
Yeah. I mean, but where do you get evidence for something like this? Other than it's a he said, she said. Like, if Lena Dunham was there that night, that they happened to have intercourse, which, by the way, she's 17. If she was 17 at the time, there's no way that's consensual because that's statutory rape.
No, you can consent in most states, I think, at 17.
I don't know about that. I think if you would still get a statutory rape
anyway,
charge.
we're not... Listen, here's why Lena Dunham is confused, and if you can relate to this, if this applies to you at all, take note. On one hand, she speaks about people like they're these unthinking bodies of class and race and gender, so all men are guilty. On the other hand, a particular man that she's friends with is being accused of a heinous crime, and she wants to stick up for him. So on one hand, she's saying, hey, everyone, believe her, believe her, believe her. All men are guilty and all women are victims. On the other hand, she's got to now stick up for her personal friend. So she's conflicted, as are anyone who's going around grouping people into boxes like the Marxists that they are.
It's a Rooker wrap-up.
You always get like 2 or 3 snuck in every episode.
I mean, instead of calling it a wrap-up in each case, maybe it's just me saying something?
No.
Okay.
No, it's definitely
It's
a
a Maddox wrap-up.
Larry, speaking of wrapping up, we should wrap up this show. Is there anything you'd like to plug before we go?
Well, you can check out my YouTube channel. I'm at youtube.com/Larry, because I got one of them vanity addresses.
Larry.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
YouTube.com/Larry. Fancy Pants Larry Bundy Jr. And guys, I will vouch 100% for Larry's
I got a
videos.
book coming out as well.
You've got a book coming out?
I haven't. You've been checking my YouTube channel. Yes, I got one based on my Fact Hunt series.
He's vouching for him. I hope he watches them. By the way, he vouched for all your videos. So if you were ever thinking of finally speaking your mind on, the white race or your real thoughts on rape allegations, any controversial opinions you've been keeping inside, now would be a time to release that.
Maddox backs you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That's reassuring.
Yeah. Well.
That's nice.
Okay. Great. Love this shitting on Maddox. Just continue. That's all it ever is, Larry.
Can I just say, it's strange meeting a British person named Larry. Doesn't Larry sound like like an American?
Well, it's Irish name technically.
All right, that's not what I was. I'm American. That's Larry.
It's American.
It's because Prince Lawrence.
Larry with the pickup truck.
He's Prince Lawrence.
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, my dad's name's Lawrence with a U.
All right, now Lawrence could be
yeah. But yeah, no, it's good to be called Larry over here, because if somebody calls out your name in a room, they'll know you're talking about you and stuff like that. And it's also a name that it's obscure, but not enough to someone turn around and go, "Oh, that's a weird name."
It's exotic.
It doesn't sound.
Yes,
it doesn't sound too made up.
Nope.
Maybe that's why I got a large American audience, because I like to fool them into thinking I'm American.
Oh, they must fall for it each time.
That's why I tuned into Larry's channel first.
Yeah.
I thought, there's a guy who owns a pickup truck. I'm gonna watch anything he says.
This guy talks about Burger King. I'm gonna watch for a while.
It's not even really a hillbilly name. Forget the pickup truck. It's more of a suburban fucking like Larry David. There's a Larry.
There's a Larry. Yeah.
Fucking like pampered hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Fucking Diet Coke drinking guy named Larry.
Yeah. Oh, I'm more Coke Zero. Personally.
Yeah, there you go.
Coke Zero.
Larry.
It's a manly drink.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we should wrap this up. Listen, next week's episode, we're going to have Adam from Your Movie Sucks on, and we've got a big surprise that same day. You're going to want to set your DVRs. I will announce what to record the day the episode comes out, because we appeared together on national television with Eric from Internet Common Etiquette. And this is super exciting. You guys are going to have a huge kick out of what comes. But pay attention to Facebook and Twitter. I will post that soon. But we should wrap this up. Larry, thank you again for joining us all the way from London.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you to my Maharaja of moderation, Rucka Ali.
Yeah.
Thank you to the Sultan of Swag, Mikey Bolts.
Oh, hey.
But most of all, you're welcome.
Probably constipated because you weren't swallowing any liquid. That's probably why your cheeks your mouth was so wet. Your body was like, we need to spit to poop. Second of all, no one knows what the jellyfish thing is. I realize the people in the room do, because you probably fucking performed it for them, but none of us else do. Thirdly, oh fuck, what was you never talked about microdosing. Neither of you. And that was a huge fail.
Okay, Weird Matthew. That was a regular caller into the show, Weird Matthew, talking about my psychedelic experience, okay? I told people I took some caps and I got constipated, and then I was sitting on the toilet doing it. What, Mikey?
You don't chew your food. That's why you're constipated. You just
He doesn't
you
need
just
to
put a
chew when it's so
vacuum
French.
on reverse and just have it shoved down your gullet.
Wrong. I don't even have the wrong sound effect to do that. Do that over here. Thank you. No. I chew my food, assholes. Here's the thing. I got constipated because you poisoned. It's food poisoning. That's what mushrooms are. They're poisonous. So, Larry, you've been constipated before, right? I'm just getting.
I have. Yes. So, no, that time. I wish you didn't bring that up. We discussed this before in the podcast, and I specifically said no.
Well, here's what I do when I'm constipated. You've probably done this too. You sit on the toilet and you do that thing where you rock back and forth. So you're trying to get the poop out, and your butthole's kind of going in and out like a jellyfish. That's what I meant by that.
Jesus Christ!
No, I stand up and squeeze my butt cheeks together and sort of.
Newest show on Madcast Media,
Larry.
Constipation Weekly, starring Larry and Maddox.
No, it'll be called
Poopcast.
It'll be called Shooting the Shit with Larry and Maddox.
And how to do it.
Coming down the pipe.
Hey there. Don't forget to subscribe to Madcast shows on iTunes, Stitcher, or your favorite podcast app. Okay, bye. Madcast Media Network.